If you want to be skinny but you have an eating disorder, I'm working with people with eating disorders for 6 years now, and I'll give you one of the greatest advices. This is about your goal. Everyone who has binge eating, overeating, what do? You think, I want to lose weight. So you binged yesterday, and for today you already have a plan. I'm gonna train more, I'm gonna be on a diet, I'm gonna be in a calorie deficit, I'm gonna be this and that. So basically what you do, you're compensating. You have this roller coaster of your binge eating episodes. For example, imagine the balance wheel. So you're out of balance right now. And what do? You do it even worse because you're compensating. So yesterday you overeated that much that you felt really bad, and the next morning you basically feel like after party. So you already feel bad. And what do? You punish yourself even more, restricting even more, trying to exercise more. On this day of enthusiasm, you think you're winning, but on the opposite, the next day you may be overeat again. Why is that? Because your balance wheel imbalanced even more. So what's important to do? And I'm actually working with a client right now, supervising him with nutrition, supporting, and our goal to stop compulsive behaviors with food. She had binge situation yesterday, which is okay because before that she had it like every other day. And now we like 2 weeks with no these kind of episodes, and she got stressed. And therefore, she got this thing. And we were talking yesterday, I decided to put this video out here for everybody of you who are in the same situation. I told her, no compensating tomorrow, like no calorie deficit, no training. Let's not do any kind of training. Like, no, let's do simple, normal, ordinary day. This is very important to behave the way like it's never happened. Like it's never happened. Like this was just an illusion. Of course, you'll feel like shit the next day because this is like a party, you know. If you go clubbing at nights and drink lots of alcohol, obviously the next day you'll feel like shit. Same here. I had an eating disorder for 9 years. I overcame it myself with no doctors and no pills taken, no antidepressants. So I know what I'm talking about. Very important how psychologically you program yourself. So the next day you say to yourself, that never happened. I feel like shit. I know that happened. But I am not reacting to this. On the opposite, my reaction to this is not react. I'll do just ordinary day. I maybe even eat something delicious in the middle of the day. I'm showing to myself, to my consciousness, to my brain that nothing serious happens. I'm not trying to vomit. I'm not trying to take any kind of pills. I'm not trying to compensate it in any way. I'm letting my system to, slowly resolve this situation by itself. But I'm just not doing anything to make this imbalance even more. Because in the minute that you decide that I'm going to push back, kind of imagine this roller coaster. Just now you're so out of balance and you're pushing even further, and your psychics and your system pushes you back to binge eating. So your goal should be not dieting, not detoxing, not overcompensating with sports or whatever. First goal, if you have compulsive eating behaviors, you have to say, I'm just going to try not to overeat this weekend, because every weekend I do this. I'll just try this weekend. You train this one. Then you have 2 weeks with no binge eating. Okay, going further and further and further. And the trick is when you are not overeating, you're losing weight, but you're not trusting in the process. You're thinking that losing weight is dieting, losing weight is dieting, losing weight is going on a scale every morning. No, losing weight is when you not overeat. And very basic, interesting thing that people who overeating, they usually very comprehensive in nutrition. So they basically can, like for several days or a week, eat normally, eat very even good. They understand the nutrition. But then that they overeat a lot and they diminish all the progress they did before. If this is your situation, just please share, because your experience means a lot. There are a lot of people who are in this position. So the trick is you trust in the process. When you not overeat, you're coming back to your natural self. There is going towards your ideal weight with no dieting, with no counting calories, with no nothing. It's like when you're not overeating for a month, you'll notice such a big difference. And then when you get a hold of it, when you get control in your behaviors, you can add something to it. You can add something to it slowly, like walk a little bit more, like do some exercises, just something for pleasure, something very slowly. You're trying to put yourself in balance. You're not trying to make it imbalanced, just like you did all those years. If this video was somehow useful for you, please support, share, subscribe. I'll try to help you to overcome this, because it's real. You can do this. Do not believe to those people who say that there is no way to overcome an eating disorder. Do not trust them who are unsuccessful. You can overcome it. You can be in your best shape. You can be in terrific mood and levels of energy. Everything can be just amazing. Food can taste a lot better when you have sometimes hunger. So everything will be just fine. You have to trust in yourself. You have to trust in the process. And you have to follow my advice, because this advice already helped so many people. So you can be next.